I assume you guys saw the big drop about Megan Fox in the last day or two. It's been over.
I didn't watch the podcast.
Oh, perfect. Good. So you're coming in fresh.
I've seen a bunch of clips on TikTok though.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched some of it.
All right.
Most of the good parts.
For those who don't know or haven't seen it, Megan Fox went on a podcast recently and did a very big revelation about her plastic surgeries, which is actually very cool because we just talked about her a couple months ago when she went to that Super Bowl party. Remember? And Trey,
everybody was just like, "Oh, she's done too much." Blah, blah, blah.
Trey, I think I put a picture up there. Yeah. And so for all those who didn't see the segment, I mean, check it out. It's actually a pretty good segment. We were talking about Megan Fox's Super Bowl pick because she was catching all this shade about how she looked, and people were saying that
she's also making like a huge kissy face.
Totally. And we came to the conclusion that this picture was just a bad picture. It's bad lighting. She's making a bad face. And we had another picture, which I didn't include this time, of just like a second later, and she looked more normal. But what we did do on that segment is we speculated on what... Yeah.
I speculated that she didn't have something done that you for sure thought that she did.
Which one was it?
I think it was like her nose or something.
Right, okay, so I remember what I said, obviously. I said that she'd had a breast augmentation, a nose job, and then Botox and fillers.
Yeah.
That's what I said based on...
I feel like I said that she didn't have something. Like
I think you said she didn't have a nose job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this past week, she was on the... Have you guys heard of the Call Her Daddy podcast?
Yeah.
Is that something that I'm just dumb because I don't know? But Trey, have you heard of this?
The only reason I've heard of it is from TikTok.
I've not heard of it.
Okay. Well, the reason that you might have heard about this is the host, Alex Cooper, who I'd never heard of, is the most successful female podcaster in the world, I think. She just signed a 3-year deal with Spotify for $60 million. I mean, I think
how far?
I think we're on a trajectory for that.
How much does she? Yeah. How much does she get paid versus Joe Rogan?
So Joe Rogan's number one. I can't remember what his was. It was more.
He's like the inventor of podcasts.
Yes. So, but still, like $60 million 3-year deal. I mean.
Shout out to her.
Dude, that girl is awesome. I mean, and honestly, I did enjoy.
What did she do before? Wasn't it something?
Not really much of anything. Like, I don't understand, because I had to, so I'm doing research for this, and I went and looked up her name after I watched the podcast. I was like, who is this girl? I mean, she has like this very kind of nondescript background, unless there's something I'm missing, but she's a great host. Like, I actually really enjoyed it. So anyway, Megan Fox was on the Call Her Daddy podcast with Alex Cooper, and she big time opened up about her plastic surgery, which I love. I think that's so cool when celebrities are honest about the things they've done, because it removes all the mystique, and it's not, giving some unrealistic expectation of what natural beauty is.
Right.
So I love the whole episode. And so I want to play some of the clips and kind of go over what she talked about, and let's just unpack it like as a group. So,
I'm excited.
the first clip, she started talking about plastic surgery she hasn't done.
Okay.
All right, so and it's kind of one by one. So Travis, roll that first clip.
But okay, I'll go through. Here's things I haven't done that I have been accused of doing.
Okay.
And then I'll confirm the things I have done.
Okay.
I've never had a facelift of any kind, so no mid facelift, no like lateral brow lift, although I would like one, or no regular brow lift.
All right, so no facelift. I mean, that wasn't even on our radar when we were talking.
No.
I think some people had accused her of that. I thought that was silly. I don't think anyone here, no one here thought she had a facelift, right?
No.
I mean, I value you guys. You guys know now. You guys are, I think, pretty much experts on plastic surgery at this point.
I've never done threads. I have researched them. That's not because of some moral thing. I just don't really believe they work, and I'm also afraid that they would interfere when I do need to have a facelift. But I am very tempted to go have my eyebrows snatched like all the way. I want that look. Sometimes that seems fun, and you can do it on a lunch break, and I see why it's so tempting. And I have researched it, have not done it yet.
Okay.
Trey was super excited to see that next clip. No, it actually was perfect though. We were done. So, all right. So the second one is.
He said enough of that.
He's like, yeah. All right, be quiet, quiet, doctor. No, it was cool, Trey. No, cool. I just had to give you grief. I only give grief to the people I like, which is you two. All right. So she hasn't done any threads, which I am happy.
Yeah, we don't like them.
I'm not a big fan of threads. I don't think they're terrible. It's just, Yeah, everything she said was really smart. Like, she doesn't think they work that great, and they probably can, or they might give her complications down the road. I mean, smart. She's on point. Like, she's done her research. So, but I don't think anyone here thought she had threads. All right, let's go to the next one. This is one that people thought she may have had.
I've never had this done. What is this?
Oh, buccal fat? Buccal fat?
Buccal fat.
Buccal fat?
I've never had that done. I'll never have any fat removed. I'm a very lean person that doesn't have enough body fat or fat in my face, so I will only ever put fat in. I will never be taking fat out, which leads me to I've never had any liposuction or body contouring or anything like that.
Okay, so I think she was getting the buccal fat removal from that picture.
Yeah.
When she I don't know if my face looks like, I can't even make the face right. Yeah, okay, Sarah's got it. Yeah, so when she made that face in the picture, I mean, it kind of gave the false imitation that her cheeks were hollow.
I think because then if she's gotten a filler in her
Yes.
cheeks, it makes her.
Absolutely right. Yep. Especially when you suck in like that or make the little kissy face.
Yeah.
It can make you
And
look
depending how much makeup she's wearing, because
True.
whenever I do contour of my face.
Oh, and
can
oh my
see
gosh,
it on
Sarah,
there.
she mentioned contouring. Don't let me forget. I'm going to talk about it because I didn't have time to
Makeup.
include all the clips. So she hasn't had buccal fat removal or liposuction. I don't think any of us had thought that about her. I mean, she's always been super fit and trim, and I just couldn't imagine having liposuction.
Yeah.
I never thought she had buccal fat. So we're still good. We're batting 1,000.
Okay.
All right, next one, Trey.
Butt implants.
I mean, I would be
BBL?
so flattered if somebody thought I had a BBL.
That ass, Megan.
If I could, I would. I don't have.
Damn.
I don't have the extra body fat. I would get it done if I could.
That dump truck.
And
Dump truck.
I want to make a T-shirt that says "dump truck" on it.
Yeah, you'd have to come with a cool graphic or something.
I don't
We'll make
know.
some dump truck T-shirts.
Yeah.
Our next
I think
thing.
I just want just a
It
simple.
could say
just
knit
dump
talk,
truck.
get that dump truck, baby.
But the natural way, because we hate BBLs.
That's right, the natural way. Okay, so she's talking about Brazilian butt lifts. She hasn't had one. That was also not on our radar. Megan, if you're watching, I know you're watching because this is such a big
Yeah,
show.
why
and
wouldn't
all.
she watch this?
Please don't get a BBL. They're just not good. I've talked about that a million times about the wrists, and so I'm not a big fan. But we didn't. I don't think she had a BBL. We didn't talk about her having a BBL. We're still doing good. Okay, now she's gonna move on to the things that she has done.
Okay.
Trey, roll it.
Okay, what you have had.
what I have had done, like I said, I had my boobs done when I was 21 or 22. I had them redone after I was done breastfeeding my kids because I don't know where they went, but they went. And then I had to have them redone very recently because the first set, I didn't have enough body fat to disguise. You could see the rippling of the implant, so I had to switch them out. To this set, I was like, I better wake up with the biggest boobs you can fit in my body. And that is what he said he did. And they're not even that big. They're a 32D, which is not that big. They just look big on my body because my body's tiny.
Right.
But if he could have gone bigger, I would have had him go bigger because I don't like surgery. And the fact that I had to do it, I was like, I want a reward for the suffering I have to go through. I don't want to wake up with a full B cup. There's no fucking point in that. I'm not doing it.
Right, you want titties.
I wanted titties. I said, I don't care what's on trend. Give me 1990s stripper titties. That's what I want. And he did it.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's so funny. I actually really enjoy watching that segment. So we nailed that one, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, we said she's had a breast augmentation. And she's
sure.
actually had an augmentation in 2 revisions. And so I'm just going to throw out there why she may have done that. So she had her augmentation before kids. She gets pregnant, her breasts change, she has to have them redone. That's actually a very common thing. If you get your augmentation before kids, if you're really lucky, you won't have to mess with them, but most people do. And so she did that. And then the interesting thing is that she said she had to get them done again because they were rippling. Well, if they were rippling, that means they were saline. Only saline implants ripple, really, with very, very few exceptions. So I'm surprised she got saline implants. I found that kind of interesting.
She's very
Granola?
Yes.
I was trying to figure the word you were searching for.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that is kind of the downside of getting saline implants, especially in a very thin person. They're much more prone to show the rippling versus somebody who has a little bit more body fat on them. As far as sort of like getting the biggest implants possible, I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, there are
But hers don't look like that. She doesn't look like she has the biggest boobs.
No, she doesn't.
She has the biggest. I think she has the biggest set that are tasteful.
And that she could probably handle.
Yeah.
I mean, her tissues could handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, they're like slightly big for her, but I mean, they're not like bad. But yeah. So we said she had a breast augmentation. We nailed that one. Okay, let's go on to the next one, Trey.
Girl, you look amazing.
Thank you. And then I had my nose done when I was in my early 20s. And that's something I've literally been accused of having like 6, 7, 8 rhinoplasty surgeries, which is impossible. Your nose would get necrosis and fall off. I haven't had a rhinoplasty since I'm going to say 23. It's been well over a decade. Okay. I've not touched my nose since then.
All right, so we talked about that, and I thought she'd had one.
I didn't think she had one.
You didn't think she had one because we were talking.
But that's because I think we were comparing a picture that maybe she had it already done, because she said she got it done early when she was 23.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the pictures. I thought for sure she'd had one based on the photos I saw.
Well,
but I remember we just,
I said you would know better than me.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I guess you're probably right, but I mean, your judgment's really good. So, and I didn't include it, but she was really talking about how much you should go back and watch that segment. It's pretty interesting. She was talking about how much contouring she does on her nose, that she really, like, in addition to having a nose job, she actually puts a lot of contour on to make her nose look even thinner. And then she likes that look, and she said she wants to look like Voldemort with like just the 2 nose holes, which I should have included, but I thought we were going to run out of time.
Yeah, contouring can really trick people. Yeah. Like people have thought that I've had a nose job.
Yeah, based on contouring.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should do a segment or something on that. I mean, there's probably tons of them out there though. But
there's totally, yeah.
Is there? All right. But we did nail that one. I mean, as a collective group.
Yes.
So we're 2 for 2. All right, let's go to the next one there, Travis.
So you had your nose done, you've had your tits done, and what? Botox and filler?
That's it, right?
All right, Botox and fillers. So we did pretty good. I'm pretty proud of us. Like, we were very, very accurate.
I've had 2 of the procedures that Megan Fox has had now.
Oh yeah,
implants
Botox.
and Botox.
And Botox, yeah.
Haha, we're best friends.
You guys are like besties. Can you call her up?
Probably.
Have her come on the show? I bet she'd
her phone number's probably magically in my phone now.
I bet she'd be a hoot on air. So we're doing good. All right. And then another part of that segment, which I thought was really fun and is I mean, sort of related to us. So she went over this kind of interesting list of demands that she has for her doctors. And I want you guys to hear it, and I want to hear what you guys think about it. So roll that next one there, Trey.
When I go to have a surgery, it's a very big deal. And I have all my doctors have to meet with me before and have to tell me if they've seen any omens, if they saw any owls, crows, if anyone stepped on a spider, if there are any dead insects. Like, my doctors have to go through this with me because I'm very afraid of dying under general anesthesia. So I don't take surgery lightly, and therefore I have not had many of them because of that. So that's probably a saving grace that I have this paranoia or this fear, because God knows what I would have been up to.
Do your doctors think you're insane? They're like, oh, this
No, they
bitch.
love me. No, they love me.
Yes, I saw an owl, Megan. Let's reschedule.
No, we all. And by the way, I'm like, I'll still pay for the surgery. Just do not also make sure the music playlist, no music comes up that reminds you of like your ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife or anything that's going to make you upset because you're the surgeon. You need to be in a good headspace. If you have a fight with your wife, do not come in for surgery. I go through all of these protocols.
You should make us all like a list of like a little pre-op situation.
You don't want to, any surgery is a risk to your life. I don't care what anyone says.
Right.
That's the truth. Going under general anesthesia is a risk to your life.
Yep.
So
What do you think about all that?
Fun.
I mean, it's a lot. We don't get that kind of requests around here. I mean, I occasionally ask people ask me, oh, did you have a good weekend? Like, or did you sleep good last night? I'm like,
You're like, no.
I'm like, no, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And I totally believe that she probably goes over that list.
No, yeah, she's totally like, she's very like, I don't want to. Earthy, like, very, like, I want to say
spiritual.
witchy.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're trying to get at, yeah.
Like having like crystals and astrology
Probably.
and
Probably right.
all of that.
It's funny.
stuff.
I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, for all those people out there who think what would happen if I asked, the doctors will tell you, oh sure, yeah, absolutely, that we're gonna do all that, and when you come in, they'll be like, oh yep, we did all that. Yeah, no owls. Like, I mean, they could be like in a car full of owls, and they'd come in and be like, yep, no owls, haven't seen an owl.
They're like, I low key have a pet owl.
Yeah, I'm
but-
Logie.
Do you have a pre-song like playlist before you operate?
Dude, I used to do playlists, but the problem is when you operate as much as I do, you get bored of your playlist really quick. And so
You just have the radio on?
yeah, I do Pandora and I make my own channels. And so that way it's always kind of random, but even that sort of gets like old. And then sometimes I'll just be like, tell the OR, you guys just play whatever you want. And I actually kind of enjoy that because I like almost every type of music for the most part. I really do enjoy almost every type of music. I'm not a huge fan of opera. I've heard sometimes people play like movie soundtracks. I'm not a big fan of that. But outside of those two things, I can listen to anything.
Yeah.
So
Same.
yeah, I'm pretty good as far as the music goes. And then what you mentioned about general anesthesia being risky, I mean, yes, she is right. There is some risk in
Yeah.
general anesthesia, but I wanted everyone to know that those risks are very, very, very small. In fact, I think statistically, you're more likely to die driving to a surgery center to get general anesthesia than you are from the general anesthesia. I remember I did all those calculations once. It's like extremely low.
Yeah.
But I get what she's saying. I mean, it is a risk, and so people should be aware of that. Okay, there is a bonus clip here
Okay.
of her that is actually really, really interesting, and I'm going to ask you guys what you think about it. So this is the last clip. Roll it, Trey.
There's one thing I had done that I'm gatekeeping because, sorry,
What?
it was really good, and it's not a known like plastic surgery. People don't even really know about it.
Will you tell me off camera?
Yeah, you don't need it. I don't think.
Really?
You're not gonna want it. I wanted it very badly, and I needed to do it. And it's something that
Can you give us a hint?
no,
No.
So yeah, sorry, Trey, confused you there, because that was just the audio, because the way Spotify is, you can't pull from Spotify. So all the other stuff came from YouTube, and they kind of teased that, and so I didn't have video for it. But you guys heard the audio, right?
Yes. Mhm.
She's had something done that she didn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I have an idea. I just want to see what you guys think. And if you don't have an idea, I mean, just say I don't have no idea. But do you have any idea? Like it's a plastic surgery she doesn't want to talk about, even though she's talked about pretty much everything.
Does it have to do with reproductive things?
Well, I don't know the answer. I'm just speculating.
That's what I would
That's
think.
Her lips, maybe.
I think she may have had a labiaplasty. I mean, what
Really?
else would you not talk about after you talked about everything else?
Well, the thing is that she was like, that I needed to have done. I don't think you need it. She said that.
Well, that is true, but most people, I mean, labiaplasties are not common.
I know.
I mean, they're pretty rare. But I will tell you,
yeah,
like, and
I don't know.
I haven't done any of those. I mean, I would if we had clientele that wanted them because they're super simple to do. But I've heard the people that do them really, really like them. Like the satisfaction rate's really high. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting that she had something done that she wouldn't talk about. That even though she talked about everything else, it's kind of.
Yeah.
I'm sure the internet's probably a buzz of like, what has Megan had done that she wouldn't talk about? I mean, there's only
Yeah.
certain things it could be. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know either. I think it has to be something that Megan Fox couldn't see on that girl. Yeah.
I don't know. Or it could be something totally random, like maybe she had a hernia or something more medical. I mean, who knows? I just thought it was kind of interesting to kind of speculate about
Yeah.
what she may have had done.
What if she had something weird on her? We
Maybe
don't
she
know
has
about.
like secret elf ears.
There was this really pretty girl in my high school. Like, she was a gorgeous girl, but she had one weird thing about her. She had an extra toe on her foot.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she didn't give a crap. She'd walk around with her flip-flops with her weird little toe. And she was like the prettiest girl at our school.
my
and I'd
gosh,
be
that's
like,
crazy.
at least there's something off about you.
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that segment about Megan Fox. If you haven't seen our first one about Megan Fox, the Super Bowl party, check it out. There's some other things we talked about there, but I do appreciate her going over those things. I think it's really cool when
Yeah.
celebrities are open about what they've had done. So.